Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody who tunes in, you know what it is as tradition. It's Wednesday. It's the Bold Prediction Sports Media Podcast. And as always, you see Mr. KC. I'm that dude with the beard. And we're going to cover some more NFL action as we tend to do. And by God, did we have a great playoff weekend last weekend, man. We saw some magnificent games. Even as of a few days ago, we saw some great games. Mr. KC, what's going on, my brother?
Well, not too much. Almost a perfect weekend. Your boy almost had a perfect weekend. The
Almost.
Broncos could not pull it off for your boy.
Man,
Should have known.
man.
Should have
Yeah, he
known.
almost had a perfect weekend, and I was down too because uh, the Pac man they didn't come through for me, even though they got cheated some. But at the end of the day, they still just lost the game, so can't complain about it. It's just what it is, and man, I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to come out the NFC now that my pick is gone.
Yeah, it's rest in peace, Packers season. Your boy had faith. They made the playoffs. They had a chance of the dance. Philly was a tough team to run into. That was not the team they needed to be seeing, and that was it.
That was it, man. We've seen some horrific referee calls, but overall, it was just lackluster play too. So we can't just put it all on the ref and they miss calls, especially when you got the top view of a fumble and you see the dude clearly recover the ball, but you still say the Eagles grabbed it. I don't know. He'll probably never ref another playoff game again. But I mean, horrible call, but like I said, still horrendous play, man. Expected more, but without Christian Watson and stuff, they was limited. But I just thought Jordan Love could pull it out. But big ups to the Eagles. Congratulations. On to the next round for you.
Yeah, it seemed like Josh Jacobs he really wanted it. He's playing with a lot of heart, but it did seem very like kind of lackluster on effort on the Packers' part. It just didn't seem like everybody was up to speed.
Exactly. So better luck next year. We'll see. It looks like we're not getting the Chiefs Packers Super Bowl rematch, Super Bowl one. So maybe we'll see a different one. Maybe it's gonna be another rematch. Maybe these Eagles fly all the way there. Or maybe we get to see the Rams. But we're gonna talk about that here right now. The Rams absolutely torched. And when I say torched, I mean I'm talking full flame. Just like we said though.
Mm.
Like if you didn't pick the Rams last week, you were just crazy. Like I said, there's no way in God's green Sam Darnold was gonna come out and beat Matt Stafford. It's just no way. Dude, Matt Stafford was arguably one of the most talented quarterbacks, highly touted. He almost remind me. He's pretty much Pat before Pat, except for the mobility and the ability to make literally any throw. But we seen the side arms and everything from Matt Stafford, bro. He's been a dog. So, dude. Anyway, outstanding performance, dude. Outstanding.
Yeah, and it was one of those, one of the dogs that we picked for you guys last week that it was unbelievable that everybody was so heavy the other way. We couldn't believe there was so many non-believers in the Rams. Look, I get it. You play fantasy football, so you pull up these little stats and you go clickety clickety clack. The stats say the record wasn't the greatest and the numbers weren't really there. But what the stats don't show, so they were hurt mid-season and got it all back together and started firing on all cylinders in December. And here we go, watching the Rams being a lethal threat as an underdog every week.
Man, and my thing is, like I said, if you use logic, you should look at the quarterback matchup. There's not any soul on the planet outside of Minnesota, besides the people who are beguiled into picking them in these bets, who really thought Sam Darnold was gonna come out and outdo Matt Stafford. It's the craziest thing to me. They like we talked about. They have a better head coach, better quarterback. Them the only two pieces you need. Almost. I mean, you need more, but obviously, no, that's the nucleus of the situation. And outside of Minnesotians, I like I said, I just don't know. but we told you, and hopefully you profited from it.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we can point to, and it's something I preach all the time about this being a quarterback driven league. The better quarterback won every game this week. It's plain and simple.
Yeah,
Look at it. Tell me which quarterback was better and lost. The only argument that I've heard be mentioned that I think might be a conversation is Jaden versus Baker. But even then, I'm still taking Jaden over Baker. So
thank
I
you.
like it's not a
I
it's a
was
debatable, but it's a bad take.
Yeah, like I said, unless you live in Tampa, y'all they the only people arguing. I don't know nobody right now who's watched this NFL season who would take Baker Mayfield over Jaden Daniels, the undisputed rookie of the year. Like, I mean, it's just like what we talked about. Let's just go ahead and jump into that game. It's just like what we talked about when I was saying, well, we both agreed on it, but I was saying the Commanders need to win this day. Like I said, when the last time they've been in the playoffs, and when was the last time they won a playoff game? Like I said, dude, and Washington, they the only team in history. Well, maybe. Well, no, I have to look it up. But in recent memory, who can take rookie quarterbacks and go to the Super Bowl? So I'm just like,
Right.
dude, they have that kind of talent right there. I would not be shocked at all if we see Washington in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I think a lot of people are kind of doubting the possibility, but I don't think it's not clear, cut, and dry as a lot of people wanted to make it to be. And that's coming from someone that picked the Lions to win those or to go to the Super Bowl. So, like, you know, let's get there. And like that's another thing we could talk about is the other upset that we know that was confusing as to why the Chargers were favored. Like we sat here and looked at you look at the players and you look at the stats and you say, what in God's green earth is telling you the
Oh
Chargers?
man.
This is a golden opportunity to make money. These are the exact games that we look for. This is when Vegas gets it wrong. When
Man,
Vegas has it absolutely wrong, that's when you start
overwhelmingly.
highlight the bet. So double down. That's the one.
Right, I'm trying to tell you, Vince McMahon must be helping them run stuff because like I said, if you couldn't see how this was going to play out, you had to be blind. Stevie Wonder saw this. He knew the Texans was going to win. He could see it from a mile away. It's crazy. It's just like what we talked. I said, bro, this Texans defense versus the Chargers offense, the only thing they can do is run the ball. Are you kidding me? You see, Herbert went out there threw 4 picks. Like, bro, we're not just talking and making this stuff up, man. We're telling you the real deal. Like, if you don't have the eye test, you gotta be blind. Gotta be
Right.
blind.
Right. Absolutely. And it's crazy to me. Well, we'll get into it. Let's get into this week's picks. We was just talking about the Texans, and now we need to talk about how the Texans are suddenly looking at a 9-point dog in Kansas City. No one's a believer in the old Houston Texans.
And this is the only thing that Vegas is getting right. Because we know for a shadow of a doubt the Kansas City Chiefs win this game, and maybe handily. Like I said, I see it a lot of your major anchors and casters talking about how the Chiefs should be worried or there should be a bit of concern. I'm just like, for what? For a team we've already beat this season, and now we're gonna play them with additional players that we didn't have when we beat them the first time. When we're the healthiest we've been all season, you're
Yeah,
not. You there's and this we ain't talking about regular season Patrick Mahomes who's virtually unbeatable. We're talking about Project Pat now. We talking about playoff Pat, the NFL leading history, number one stats for any quarterback that you can think of. We're talking about the man. Like you have got to be kidding me. And Andy Reid off bye weeks, 30 what is it, 32-7 all time, something like that, 33-7. Bro, Houston goes down. Congratulations on the season. all that good stuff. CJ Stroud, you still my guy. In a few years, you top five. But we know how this thing go, man. This is past time he had another baby. That means he's getting another bowl. That's all it means. Baby Super Bowl. It's a wrap.
It is crazy how that works out. At this rate, I'm really hoping for some Philip Rivers type numbers when it comes to kids. All of a sudden,
I'm trying to tell
I
you.
hope this is some kind of Pat Mahomes factory because you kind of got a point here. It's pretty wild to think about. But I mean, yeah, on top of that, like you talk about a Kansas City Chiefs team that just had 2 weeks off, 2 weeks and not getting a hit. You know what that does to a body of like
Man,
getting wrecked week in and week out for the last 18 weeks and you get 2 weeks off compared to a guy that just played last 6 days ago. Just played.
man, man. Like I said, you're not lying. So we're gonna see, man. At the end of the day, as many people who want to hate, the most disrespected franchise in history, and we the most disrespected recent dynasty in history. And for everybody who want to hate and everybody who don't think we deserve it, stop us. Make sure we don't beat us. Because if you beat us, then what we got left to say? So it's good night for you guys, man. It's good night for the Texans this week. And if you want to cry about it, cry about it. Bet your money against us. And then when you lose them dollars, don't come on this show talking because we done already told you.
Right. And I thought it was funny when people said that Kansas City might be afraid of this game or whatnot, because it's like, what am I supposed to be scared of the easiest team left in the playoffs? Like out of this list, this is the easiest team on the board. Like better than a
Man,
bye. Give it to me.
man,
Show me.
man. Like I said, man, numbers don't lie. Like I said, you look at Andy Reid, who's the best coach in the NFL. You look and see what he does as far as play calling, especially when it comes to the playoffs. And then you look at Patrick Mahomes, who's the best quarterback I'm damn near in NFL history at this point, and he ain't even done. And it's so crazy. Like, bro, like I said, you just got to be a legit hater or a super fan of your team to really be disrespectful in this situation. And the only thing is, no matter how far your disrespect go, no matter how much you grit your teeth, it's gonna be the same until you beat us. But the thing
Right.
is, you can't. It just won't happen. That's why this I'm gonna have me another one of these. I got every Chief Championship hat. This is the most recent. No, I'm about to have another one. You see the banners, you see the jerseys, you see the posters. Stop playing, man. This is what it is.
It is. Let's look at the betting numbers real quick. The over and under is 41 and a half with an 8.5 point spread. They think it's going to be a mollywhopping with the Kansas City defense shutout. That's what they're calling here. They're
Man.
right.
And people, right? People so forgetful how our defense is the stingiest in the NFL. Like, bro,
Mm,
this is right. We talking about a Texans team who's missing their top three receivers. The only thing you got going is Joe Mixon, and we love to stop the run. That's our mo. Like, I
mm.
mean, and we got our corners back. We got Hollywood, but everything is shaking our way. Like, and I guarantee you, D Hop go off on you dudes. Charles
Mm.
Minniehu's gonna get some sacks on you dude. We got so many former Texans who's ready to rip into y'all. It's crazy.
Oh,
That's why I
Justin
said,
Reed.
man, that you see what I'm saying? He said I left you bums and went and got two chips immediately.
Mm. Call me two rings.
Man, so wait, what are we even talking about besides nothing? Because these boys ain't gonna bring nothing that we ain't already seen and we ain't already prepared for.
Preach. All right, let's get into the next game. The next Saturday. Saturday is a double header. We do have the Commanders facing the Detroit Motown Lions.
Man, and talk about what a game this should really be. Um, it's kind of hard to really pick, man, because Yeah, the smart pick would be to go with Detroit and everything they had time and everything, but the heart tells you that these commanders might do it, man. It tells you that they're probably gonna show up ready. Um, I got to pick, man. I hope I'm wrong, but reluctantly, I'm gonna go with the Lions.
You know it's Detroit. Look, folks, I told you this 2 years ago that this was coming. The train was coming. This was going
You
to
did.
be an unstoppable force in the NFC. This is going to be a wrecking ball that no one wants to play. And all of a sudden, your boy is looking like a genius because the Detroit Lions are going to the Super Bowl, just like I told you 19 weeks ago.
He did. He did call it. Like I said, that's reluctantly I'm there with him right now, but we're gonna keep an eye out for Jaden. I need to see it. Well, it should be an incredible game. Like I said, the quarterback matchup. Honestly, if I had to choose between the two, I would still pick Jaden. And just because he's so young, there's so much upside. Not saying Jared Goff ain't got it because he can sling the rock for sure. But it's just something about that quarterback and something about this team that it makes you want to believe, man. Don't it just make you want to believe?
A little bit, a little bit. You want to believe a little bit. Look, we got some believers in the chat. Shout out Sean, go Bills. We'll touch on that in a minute. Old Dirty Dan, one of our favorite players ever. Uh, he's going Eagles. We'll touch on that here in a minute too. We'll get into that conversation here before long. Look, these these Commanders are not, going to be just a dog walk. They will put up a fight. Jaden Daniels is, a Lamar Jackson light type quarterback with a solid weapon, or around him with Terry McLaurin. Like you've got a couple pieces there. I do think they're just a smidge short. We're just a smidge short of beating these Detroit Lions. And next year, look, we're gonna have to talk about next season in the off season, bro. Like, but when these players are in Cancun, we're gonna have a little chat about how this might be the team to pick. It could happen.
No, my bad. People always try to call me when my show going. But no, you're not lying here. Even though they got Scary Terry and he's definitely formidable, it might not just be enough for what the Lions are bringing to the table, especially with Gibbs and Amon. Um, but it should be a battle, man. I don't expect this to be too far off of the game. What do you have on the spread for that?
9.5.
Man, that's almost disrespectful. That's almost disrespectful.
Nine and
Uh,
a half. But the problem is the Detroit Lions, if they get up and they run away with this thing, they are the type of the team to keep the foot on the gas. They love running up the score. Look, I feel better about the Lions 9.5 than I do the Chiefs 8.5, because the Chiefs love to play teams close and the Lions love to blow teams out. So if you're gonna look to, bet the spread, which we do money line on this show. I'm a money line guy. But if you're going to do the spread, that 9.5 on the Lions is disrespectful, but might just be accurate.
maybe, yeah, because it could get ugly. Definitely a believer in that things can turn quick. So we'll see, man. It's just it's hard to fathom because you think that like I said, so much belief going behind these commanders, but at the same time, though, we know who these Lions are. So yeah, we're expecting a good game, and 9 points is still disrespectful. I'm sorry, I
Nine
can't get
and a
over that.
half, bro. You got to
Nine
get
and a half.
10.
It's still
You,
disrespectful, but
I need that
golly.
10 piece to call it a win. Look, let's hit some of these comments before we hit the next game. We had Dirty Dan. He's picking the Eagles. And he's gonna pick them against the Bills, which is a bold prediction. Look, we're here for it. Not a right one, but a bold one. We're all right with it. Uh,
Woo.
Eagles cannot beat the Lions. Hurts
Right.
can't throw the ball, and they know it. But Saquon can run it, and the Detroit Lions are slightly weak at the not weak. That'd be disrespectful. They're slightly thin on the defensive line. And I could see Philly pulling off some kind of run miracle. And look, AJ Brown is one of those type wide receivers you got to contend with. And Jalen Hurts ain't got to throw far to get him the ball.
That is true, but Jalen he got a decent deep ball though. He's got a real decent one. He can drop them in, but at the same time, though, I think they got enough to get pressure on him. We just have to see how that one unfolds. That's even if they make it. They got to make it through this next rep before we even talk
Yeah,
about that.
we got a whole game to talk about with them. But we got to because we got to talk about them Rams. We're over here skipping a step,
That's
JM.
what I'm saying. I'm like, boy, because if they might not be able to make it past them. So, like I said, man, we'll see. We'll see. He said, "What the Eagles
I
will
think
roll
we're gonna
the
have
Rams
JM
for
kick us
28
off
runs."
into.
Oh, I see. Those dudes are mass dudes. Look, man, these Rams and Matt Stafford is the best quarterback left in the NFC playoffs right now, and I've seen him outduel and outgun a lot of folk in my time, and I don't see how that could be any different. Honestly, like I said, we just gonna have to see how that one shakes out.
Yeah, let's talk about this Rams Eagles game. That's the next game on the list. Let's go ahead and get into it. Mr. JM wants to talk about it. Let's get in. Rams are not a walkthrough. They have this as a 6 point spread, which has me worried for the Eagles because it's a closer game than what that spread suggests. And anytime that happens, I think that's Vegas praying for people to put money on the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. You know how they do. You got to lure them in. Like I said, you're going to get beguiled just like they did last week with some of these quote unquote favorite games when they was really upsets waiting to happen. Um, Honestly, I'm going with the Rams. Like I said, I don't care about an Eagle. We own them too. If the Eagles do make it to the bowl, then that just means that's another chip for Kansas City. So it is what it is. It's almost like playing San Fran at that point. I'd rather see these Rams.
The Rams legit, bro. 255 yards last time they played, and Saquon sat early. Rams D line is outweighed by like 600 pounds. And look, JM brings up an excellent point here. The
That's
Eagles
regular season
do,
though.
yeah, that is regular season, and I'm pretty sure that's when the Rams were a little banged up. To correct me if I'm wrong, but did they have Puka and Cooper Cup in that game? Because I don't believe they did, and
Mm-mm.
that does make quite a bit of a difference. I know we didn't hear a lot about a Cooper Cup last week, and the season's been kind of slow, but it's just not there. But I do, it's the reason I'm going to pick the Eagles is because of that offensive line. I like the storyline with Rams, and I think the Rams have a lot of upset potential in this game. I don't think I'm going to bet this game because I am worried about the Rams. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm picking the Eagles. This is one I'm keeping the money in my pocket just because it feels a little coin flippy to me. And the Eagles have the offensive line to power through it, but the Rams have the experience, the high powered offense with the receivers to pull something off here. They really can. It's Matthew Stafford. Look, when you look around the league, who has a ring on their finger? Who's
Man,
left? The
man.
only people in the playoffs right now,
There's only two that I can count.
there's only two. We got two in the playoffs right now.
Man, two champions. The rest are hopeful. So, like I said, I lean toward, like I said, the better court. Like you said, I lean toward the quarterback. Who's the better quarterback? And it's by far Matthew Stafford. So I need to see them lose before I count them out. It just got to happen.
Yeah, JM said Coop and Saquon or Puka both played last time, so hey, I guess that's he's got that factored in there. He's saying he's feel good for it. And old Chase is saying well, we ain't seeing 255 out of Saquon. Look, Saquon been on fire this year. I'm not going to say that we don't. Look, and it's crazy because statistically, it's more likely that he doesn't, right? Like, obviously, if you're telling me over under 255, I'm going to pick the under, but it's not a 0% chance. It's
No,
not a
it's
zero.
a small window, but he's not gonna go for 255. Like this, he's not.
He
But
could, but
like
he's
I
on
said,
that
man,
bus.
look, the darndest things happen in the regular season. Like I said, this is the playoff. This is a totally different beast. We got a Super Bowl winning coach against a dude who lost him a Super Bowl. We got Super Bowl losers versus Super Bowl winners. So we just gonna have to see, man. And like I said, until McVay and Stafford lose, I'm gonna ride with them.
Yeah, and JM's bringing up another strong fact here. I like these are kind of statistics, and this isn't something that guarantees anything. Okay, let's talk about this. Fangio is undefeated
Thank
against
you.
both Stafford and McVay,
Yeah, the
and all
dog
it takes
has his
is
day.
yeah. That doesn't matter for the next game, but it is something to keep an eye on. Like I do like those kind of statistics. It does add a little cherry on top to me. But I mean,
Hmm.
Andy Reid used to be like undefeated when he came out the bye, and then eventually he lost a couple. Like that happens.
Right. I said every
You're
dog
undefeated
has
until
his
you're
day.
not. The Chiefs were undefeated until they met the Bills. Like come on, we can all come. We can all pull one of those.
Yeah. Like I said, it happens as tradition. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, Beast
He's
Custom.
gonna smash y'all. Who was y'all? I hope you ain't talking about Kansas City.
No, he's talking about the old.
Oh, the
He's talking about
Rams.
the Rams.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, when I see y'all, my mind revert to Championship City. I'm like, they're gonna be who? 'Cause I was saying that's the Eagle banner over there. I was like, we got that done. But yeah, maybe we gonna see,
But
man.
the Eagles could make it to the Super Bowl, though. It is not like we do this every year.
Oh yeah,
We do this every
it's
year with
not
the
far
Eagles.
fetched. It's not far
We
fetched.
yeah, we try to discount what they are. Like we try to not like this is not a 13 and 14. Like what's going on here? And then suddenly you realize, shit, they did. They are. They're here.
Right. Cheers to you, buddy. Kudos.
Right.
Like I said, look, well, got about what 2 years removed from the Super Bowl, something like that. Hurts is a fraud. No, I'm with you, bro. I believe in no Alabama quarterback. That's my whole shtick, bro. Like I said, if y'all can just tell me one Alabama quarterback
I
who
think
really
he's
got it, then we can talk about it. I can't even think of one Alabama
Jalen
quarterback
Hurts.
who's the NFL champion. Please, what are we talking about? Besides nothing when it
Not
comes to Jalen
champion.
Hurts. Please,
Made it to a Super
please.
Bowl. Look, if you
Yo,
can make
and he
it to a Super Bowl,
lost.
I can rock with
And
you.
he lost. I'm
Yeah,
sure he ain't the
yeah.
first Alabama quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl, but he lost. I said, tell me one who
He might.
won.
He might be.
Yeah, look,
He might.
bro. If I'm gonna say, 'cause I didn't know we was giving out participation trophies.
I give down. Yeah, I give down one. Yeah, he won the
Shit.
NFC. Okay, he won the
Cheers to
entire
you.
NFC. There is not an NFC team bit better than him, and that's an
Cheers to
accomplishment
you.
for an Alabama quarterback.
Cheers to you. And all the glory that comes with being in second place. Because, like my boy Nelly told us back in 2000, two is not a winner, and three, nobody remembers. But what does it take to be number one? You see what I'm saying? Stop playing, man. So, like I said, anybody y'all watching, anybody in the comments, you tell if y'all Google it, or tell me an Alabama quarterback who done won the Super Bowl, starting quarterback, maybe on the bench, but like I said, tell me a
Uh,
starter who done won the Super Bowl.
Ken Stabler, Bart Starr, Maybe Joe Namath win the Super Bowl? I can't remember.
Joe Namath, he went to Alabama.
I think so. That's what Google pulled up.
Y'all gonna have to obviously y'all have to Google that, but shit, that's upwards of 50 years ago. Shit, Joe Namath, yeah, that's Bart Starr, yeah, that's more than 50 years
Yeah, we
ago.
had to go way back.
Right?
They
Okay,
actually
back
didn't
in the
even have.
time.
What's disrespectful is Jalen Hurts didn't even show up on this list, so I do question its legitimacy because they pulled up five dudes that have been to the Super Bowl from Alabama, and I'm like, look, Jalen Hurts was there too. Like, what happened to that? But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they
Yeah,
came up with that one.
he's just the dude who played with Tua. Except for he don't get concussed. That's the only difference. But he still ain't a winner.
You don't get. Hey, look, he won the NFC. Damn it, or dang it! Look, he's won something. What we get here? I'm going to be honest, as a 40-year Eagles fan, if the Eagles had even a mildly competent pocket passer, they'd roll through everybody to another chip. With Hurk, with Hurts, it's unlikely. Uh, Keith is the weak link, or he is the link, a weak link. I think is what he meant to say. Yeah,
Yeah,
Keith is
yeah,
Hurts.
I totally agree. He's not even the best player on his team, and that says volumes. And that says volumes. Like I said, bro, and like I said, I don't believe in the quarterback product that comes out of Alabama. They're great in college, but in the NFL, they're terrible. I mean,
He's
borderline mediocre.
but he's done far above the class around him. Like if you start looking at the Alabama quarterbacks, like the only I see Cam Newton. I didn't know Cam Newton went to Alabama, but
He went to
um,
Auburn.
he
Auburn.
went to Auburn. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This list ain't right, man.
I was
Like
saying Cam Newton, yeah, he went to Auburn. They beat Alabama as tradition. Well, not as tradition no more. But yeah. I, like I said, I'm just not a believer in a product. You might be able to get you a good wide receiver, maybe a good defensive back or something, but bro, please. Like I said, man, these dudes they get to the league, they shit their pants, like, and then you just gotta go from there. Like I don't know what else or how else to even explain it.
you got drafted out of Oklahoma. Who did?
Who did?
Yeah, who
Right.
got?
'Cause I'm saying neither one. Who did? Oh, you talking about if he's talking about Jalen afterwards? Yeah, because he did leave because of Tua. But
Yeah, I
shit,
guess that is
but
right.
yeah, but he's still an Alabama product though.
Yeah,
But I feel you on that though. But shit,
I know we get a little off topic here, but I don't do college football, but I hear somebody's team, somebody's team might.
let's talk about it. I be trying to tell people, and there's certain scholars and teachers out there uh, who hate on the Ohio State Buckeyes, and my love for them for some reason. Like I'm not like we turn out the best receivers that get into the league. D ends, cornerback, bro. There's nothing that we don't put out. Look at C.J. Stroud, man. Look. You can hate if you want to, but you wasting your time. Ohio State this Monday. We about to go ahead and win the Natty, and that's just what it is, bro. We're gonna roll Notre Dame. It's not even gonna be close.
Yeah. Hold on, we got one comment that made me laugh. I gotta put it up here real quick. I don't know why I didn't.
Had two tours
I
at the
gotta put a
top.
tap it to.
Dude, you talking about as a Bears fan? 'Cause that's
Shout,
rough.
yeah, shout out to my fellow vets out here.
Boy, that's rough. That's a rough one. But yeah, man, it's it. Like I said, I'm gonna get a playoff win this weekend and then a national championship on Monday. Like I said, man, big shout out to Ohio State and Jack Sawyer, who's going to be a future chief according to certain mock drafts. I need my boy Ibuka at wide receiver, bro. It's going down, man. Big shout out to
And
my boys out there. That's the
I
only
take
good thing. They the best team in Ohio. Better than the Bengals. Better than the Browns. I guarantee you Ohio State could beat either one of them in the game. I bet you they could. I just know it.
man, I tell you what, I don't know much college football, but I do know if I can just get one of them wide receivers from Ohio State, I would be very
Just one.
appreciative. Just one. Come on, Veach. You see it's a farm. You see the farm system what they got going
Like
on
you
up
say,
there.
it's wide receiver university. I keep
Yeah.
trying to tell these people, man. They know how to produce wideouts. It's just what it is.
Mr. 1777 says it's impossible. Notre Dame wins the Natty. He's a
Yawn.
big believer.
WON for Ohio State. They won it already. It's a wrap. Notre Dame shouldn't even be there, and we gonna show with the world Monday why they shouldn't even be there. It's oh my god, it's gonna be a massacre. What happened with Harrison Jr.? He had a pretty decent season out there. I mean, he stuck with Kyler Murray, so you can only do what you can.
Yeah, yeah, I think he made him kind of a slightly. I think they slightly outkicked the coverage. I think they finished their season slightly better. Probably actually, I bet we probably picked him right. I need to go back and look. I bet we
Yeah, I'm gonna
did
have to
probably
look
hit that number probably spot on, but
more than likely.
it was pretty solid.
But yeah, next year he gonna be even more of a dog. Hopefully, I don't know what they're gonna do. Of course, I guess they're gonna be stuck with Kyler. I guess that's who they think is going forward is gonna do it for him. But man, eventually he gonna get out of Arizona unless they go get a real dog at quarterback.
Yeah, B says that he should leave. And look, I said the same thing about Larry Fitzgerald. Like I don't understand why he stayed.
I don't either.
I
Like
didn't
I
get
said,
it.
it's crazy. Like I don't know, but I know Mark. Like I said, his daddy Hall of Famer champion. Like I said, he got some pull still in the league, bro. If not, they know he'll pull up with that gun. He'll get his son out of there. Push come to shove, man. But like I said, we see, like I said, Jackson Smith Nigba for the Seahawks, Scary Terry out in Washington, former Michael Thomas for the Saints. Like I said, bro, we produce receivers. We got them going on, and I'll take any of the three we got. Well, any of the twos coming out was more likely Buka and Carnell Tate. I'll take either one. Like I
Yeah.
said, wherever we can get, boy, because you want to talk about dogs at receiver, man. Like that's all we need is an absolute dog, and it's a wrap. Well, it's
Yes.
already a wrap, but we can make that wrap a little tighter.
Speaking of raps, let's hit this final game of the week before we do a little sports talk. We've got the Ravens versus the Bills. This is the 50-50 public game. This is the only game the public is undecided on, and I'm blown away by it.
Me too, because the eye tests tell you, and reality should tell you that big trust, and these Baltimore Ravens are about to steamroll these Bills just like they did in the beginning of the season. Uh, I I have no doubt in my mind. Like I said, I've been talking about it amongst different circles, but even me, Mr. KC, talked about it here. Kansas City and Baltimore is the AFC Championship game. It's the Super Bowl again last year. It's the rematch of the Super Bowl with us just going again for the three-peat. Uh, I got big trust in the Ravens. There's just no way these Bills are gonna win. They're gonna get steamrolled.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see this point spread. Only 1 point favorites for the Ravens, but they're 1 point favorites on the road, which
Man,
tells you Vegas really thinks they're probably at least a 3 point favorite. And this one, I might actually look at like a wider spread to give the Bills some more points. I might be looking at an alt line for like a 5.5, 6.5 kind of range. Because I think the Ravens do win by probably a touchdown or better.
oh yeah. If not another blowout like how it was at the beginning of the season. I don't see the Bills stopping these dudes. Like they don't have the formula. They're not Kansas City. How they can keep Derrick Henry to just 45 yard or whatever we shut him down at, and keep Lamar contained and all that. The Bills just don't have enough on defense, and they don't have enough offense to beat the Ravens defense. It's just what it is at this point. Like I said, but I think we see another classic Philip Allen performance. Josh Allen reverts to his natural state, Philip Rivers esque kind of game. A few picks, maybe a fumble, and it's just what it is, man. It's big trust. Like I always say, big trust, man. Because if you ain't got Patrick Mahomes, you want Lamar Jackson. You want big trust.
The funniest thing I've read in a lot of conversations about this game is how much better of a passer Josh Allen is. And then you look at the numbers and you realize
There's no support behind.
they all point to Lamar Jackson. That's what the
They're
numbers say.
just
Every
talking out their
category.
neck. Just talking out their neck, bro. Like I said, they say all this stuff with nothing substantial to support it. Like you said, all the you look at the facts, which are the numbers. You're like, well, more passing yards, better completion percentage, and you're saying that this dude up in Buffalo is better? It's crazy.
Well, he did have more rushing touchdowns. Shout out Josh Allen.
Ooh.
But
You know why? Because they anyway. Because that's the only thing he can really rely on. Because he's Philip Rivers esque, and he know that if he keep ripping the ball loose, that's the reason why he ain't threw as many picks. Because they told him you just need to run more, Josh. Like I said,
yeah,
that's it. Like I said, bro, they're Michael Vicking him, and you can't win a chip that way.
yeah, but I do think the Chiefs Ravens will be a fun AFC Championship game. That'll be a fun one to run back.
Oh yeah. And this time we do it. It's Arrowhead Invitational back on. We do it at home. That way, at least when Lamar loses, he can get some gates. They can all get some good barbecue on the way out. Feel better
Mm,
about it on their way back to Baltimore.
man, I go for some Jack Stacks right about now. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm
I ain't gonna.
trying to tell you, man. But at the end of the day, though, like I said, man, Josh Allen reverts to his natural state. Big Trust puts on a performance that we know he's gonna get this whole stigma like he's not one of the best, if not the best, behind him by getting this dude just waxed on and waxed off. He's out of here. Like I said, it's Mr. Miyagi style. Like the Bills are done. This is the worst possible matchup that they could have got unless they would have ended up coming to Kansas City somehow.
Right. Absolutely.
Man, so I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I almost say if I got to throw a number, I got the Ravens by at least 10. I think I don't even think it's gonna be close, dude. I think Derrick Henry is gonna run all through them boys. I think Lamar he's gonna because of the little playoff record that Josh got, he's gonna be doing some running. He's gonna take off. He's probably gonna rush for about 100. Derrick probably gonna rush for about 150. Like it's gonna be nasty because the Bills, for one, they're not good on the run defense, and for two, the Baltimore Ravens they got their usual stigma, man. They're coming in physically playing. This is going to be the toughest game that the Bills have played since they played Baltimore earlier in the season. And like I said, we saw how that went. So I I got no doubts of big trust. No doubts. Oh, I think Mr. KC froze for a second, y'all. But like I said, I got no doubts in these Ravens here. And if you betting they 1 point favorites, like he was pointing out earlier, I'd take that money line on them. It'd just be a little boon to your parlay. But still, like I said, if you're a prize pick kind of situation, you might want to pick some of these individuals. Derrick Henry definitely to go over 100. Lamar Jackson to be at 100. I think Isaiah likely has a good game. Like I said, we just gonna see, man. But these Ravens definitely getting the win.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
Can't believe it. 1 point favorite. Like I said, they should be favored by 10. This should be another 10-point situation. But the media's love for Josh Allen always just keeps them more hyped than what they should, man. Like they want him to be the dude so bad. And it's just so sad that he can't even crack the top five. Not even on my list. He can't even crack the top five. So anyway, I'm done talking about
Yeah,
Philip Rivers 2.0.
I know there's going to be a lot of comments hating on the 10-point favorite spread, blah 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 blah. Please do remember last time they faced each other this season, it was 25, and they benched Lamar Jackson. Okay,
Man,
let's call a spade a spade.
man, exactly. Like I said, black crayon, a black crayon, and two plus two, as far as I know, has always been four. So there's just certain facts you can't get around. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
But yeah, no, what's the money line on that? If you got it up real
The
quick. 'Cause I was telling him
let me
I'd probably hammer the money line. It'd be a small boon, but a boon nonetheless.
minus 120, so it's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, definitely taking the money line. Like I said, I'd even, like I said, I'd even put a Derrick Henry to get at least 100 yards on that jam, because
Mm,
I don't see how they're gonna stop him. So
I don't know the recipe for them, not for the Bills.
yeah, dude, for the Bills to win this game, it's gonna take a Baltimore Raven bus crash and almost everybody get hurt. Like other than that, it's a wrap, dude. Like it's done. Like this is another losing season for the Bills. And like we've been saying, y'all need to go to the front office and blow this thing up and figure it out. Or Josh Allen, y'all need to trade Josh Allen to the NFC. If y'all think if the media want to see him win a chip that bad, or even get to the Super Bowl, because he still ain't gonna win a chip, but he'll get a lot closer out there than he will here.
Right, absolutely.
Mm. So we'll see. And that's every game, Mr. Casey. We done covered them all.
That's every game. Shout
I'm
out
gonna
to our
tell
boy Zigzag popping in, 35-year fan. Check it out.
man, and I feel you on that, man. You talking to lifelong Chiefs fans, born and raised in Kansas City. Like I said, from 2 and 13 seasons, from Todd Haley, well, from Dick Vermeil to Todd Haley, well, Marty Schottenheimer to Dick Vermeil to Todd Haley to Romeo Crennel to every bum coach we done had, all them get all them one and dones under Marty Schottenheimer, the one and done under Todd Haley with Matt Castle. Like, bro, we've seen so much. I it, I've had relatives die saying that I wouldn't see a Chiefs Super Bowl in my life because we had lost so much in their lifetime. And I'm sitting here, I done seen 3 Super Bowl wins. So, like I said, bro, people can say what they want to say. Like I said, bro, we went half a century without winning a Super Bowl. So, like I said, y'all can't tell me nothing. Like I said, if y'all really hate it that bad, come on here and win. Beat
That's all
us.
you gotta
Like
do.
I said, that's all you gotta do is beat us. Holler at us. That's it.
It's a
At the
simple
end of the
recipe.
day, man. At the end of the day, what you say? 40 years old. I've been Kansas City Chiefs fan ever since I was like 12. That's what I'm saying. Like ever since I could watch football, ever since I understood the sport, I've been a Chiefs fan. That's just what all of whatever's gonna be. We got another one from him. I never thought I'd see a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I remember playing with Kansas City. That's what I'm saying. We was terrible. Like I said, I've had relatives
Yeah.
die telling me the same thing. Saying, bro, you telling me I won't never see a Super Bowl win because they just knew they wasn't gonna see it. And RP to my folk. But like I said, we 3 deep. Zigzag. So I'm here with you, bro. I'm here with you on everything. So they can hate if they want to. But like I said, you see the banners, you see the posters and the trophy. We got banners everywhere. Champions, champions, champions. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and I can show you some tattoos from them ugly years. That's for sure. Them
I'm
kids
trying.
sitting. I
like
got them
like
cheap
I said,
tattoos when it wasn't pretty.
Like I
I,
said, look, without a doubt, there's probably a lot of Chiefs, new Chiefs fans, or even old folks who hated on the Chiefs and then came over to the bandwagon. Well, not even bandwagon, because they in Kansas City. There ain't no bandwagon. You just came on home. You just wiped your eyes. You finally put the hate away and embraced it. But like I said, man, we done been through all the ups and downs. Remember Javon Belcher killing himself at the stadium, bro. We done been through so much as an organization. Like I said, bro, we deserve this run. We are finally dynastic when we really and our owners, the dude who started this whole NFL thing, he made this merger happen. Like I said, bro, we should really be the most decorated team in all of football on everything.
yeah,
So, like I said, all y'all people can hate, y'all can love y'all teams, but y'all need to thank Lamar Hunt and the Kansas City Chiefs for what he did for football.
preach, preach.
Dude, real talk. So that's just what it is. Do we got anything else for we? God, he said, we got Buddy here. He says Super Bowl, Detroit 24, Kansas City 27. Yeah, I take it. Like I said, on the way to the 3P, Buddy, you exactly right. And Mr. KC, that's his pick. That was his pick at the beginning of the season, Kansas City, Detroit. So can't lie about that. Shoot, Daniel saying, what's up? What's going on, Daniel? Then we got another comment from Zigzag. We've been real shitty back in the day, but we had a lot of good players come through our doors. Right, Landolph, Crystal Coye, different on Matt Castle. Like I said, he
Yeah,
had a good season. Like I said, he kind of sold us a dream after that Patriots season. When we put Tom down, he came in and we bought him to the hype. But like I said, that's that Todd Haley. Joe Montana, Derek Thomas, man, the list does go on and on because Priest Holmes, Jamal Charles, Trent Green, bro, that's what
yeah.
I'm
I was
trying to
just
say,
about to
man.
say, let's take out Matt Castle from that list, put in Trent Green, and I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm
I'm,
good
I'm
with that. You're
good
right.
with it.
Exactly. Yeah, take him on out, but put my boy Trent right on in there. Yes, sir. Like I said, because we don't suffer through Brody Croyles, through all,
Tyler Thigpen,
bro. Ooh,
like,
good night, bro. Like I said, what was old boy? We ain't got Brady Quinn. Like, bro, all them dudes, bro. Like, oh god. Like I said, man, thank God for Andy Reid and even Alex Smith brought us back to relevancy. And then Patrick
right.
Mahomes then took us to stardom. And like I said, bro, in my opinion, besides Lynn Dawson, them the other two best quarterbacks in Chiefs history, Trent Green at 4. So that's it. Because I got Pat, Lynn, Alex Smith, Trent Green. Top 4.
That's pretty solid.
They'll say it. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. I'm like, that's just what it is, boy. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got anything else here? Ooh, almost lost you there. He said, "Yeah, I never meant to say Matt Cal's Trent Green was." Like I said, I feel you on that. Like I said, yeah. Like I said, he sold us a dream. He gave us that what was it, a 10-6 season and a playoff berth, and what they ended up getting smacked by. Was it Baltimore came here and smacked us down, or
I think it was the Colts.
the Colts? Yeah, one of them many of them infamous Colts losses. Good night, boy. Like I said,
Yeah, the
people
no
try to
punt
hate.
game.
And a lot of people try to call us bandwagon, but bro, y'all don't know what we've been through. We've been through the mud with these Chiefs, and now we've been getting it out the mud for almost 50 years, and now we on top of the NFL world, and they can't stand it.
Right. And it's a big part of it is because of my boy, big number 95, Christopher Stone Cold Jones. Look, you can check Zigzag. Do me a favor. Go back to last year when everybody was talking about don't pay Christopher Jones. Look, I'm out here making videos talking about why it's vitally important you pay Christopher Jones. Look, I was preaching on that soapbox the loudest and the proudest. Chris Jones is a bad, bad man. Bad, bad man.
Yeah, he's all right. Got to be objective. He's all right. Yeah. we've had some dogs that were really dogs on the D line, but just suffering from bad coordination and stuff. Like I said, I think about the Tamba Halis of the world and the Jared Allens. Like I said, squander talent just because the team was just so bad everywhere else, man. But no, big shout out to Chris Jones here. He's definitely a vital piece of that D line, and shout out to my boy George Karlaftis and Mike Dana. Like I said, bro, shout out to all the guys in between. Shout out to the whole rotation, low key. Look,
Right.
all these dudes are dogs, bro. They're dogs. Tershawn Wharton, shout out to my boy Tershawn Wharton. He's a dog. Derek Nottie, dog. So
I I
all
just
up
know the
under the
Chiefs.
tutelage.
I just know the Chiefs got a grand total of 3 sacks on the season when Chris Jones wasn't on the field. And that tells me everything I need to know about old Christopher Jones. That bad boy taking up a lot of attention this year. The teams know, and they still can't stop that man. He's a
Oh no,
bad
they
boy.
stopping him from getting sacks, but he's definitely commanding pressure. I still want the Aaron Donald out of. I want you to get the pressure and the sacks, but you can't get everything sometimes. But like I
Right.
said, shout out to him because he definitely has a command and presence to where more than often they do a lot to people to him, which allows my boy, like I said, Mike Danas and the Derek Notties and the George Karlaftis to bend that corner and get that quarterback.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that's going to be it for this week. This is the divisional week of the playoffs. The matchups are set, the winners are picked. And I just hope you profit off of it, just as tradition, like we always say, man. Like we ain't coming out here saying it for nothing, man. This stuff it's not an educated guess. There's numbers behind this, formulas, there's thoughts. It's a whole process. So definitely hammer them money lines. If you just even want to make one bet, just make sure you pick Kansas City and Baltimore. You the locks of the weekend, if so to speak. And if you
Yeah.
feeling bold like how I am, throw the Rams on there too. Because like I said, we gonna see if the Eagles can fly high and come to this challenge.
Maybe.
Maybe. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, until the tailgate show, I'm that dude with the beard. That's Mr. KC. We're gonna see you next time.